Okay, so now we're just cleaning up with the admin privileges. We have add a student working for admin. Now we're going to set the edit and be done. For our intents and purposes, student detail, and we're going to start with student detail. And we go back to add init. We're going to grab this stuff. Student details, the first one we're going to come back to, and then we're going to go in init, and you see it here. I'm just going to paste this stuff. Yes, because we want the admin flag. I did the console log so we can see it, but I don't really care about that. We want the admin flag. And now it is absolutely setting the admin flag. So I'm going to come here to, I don't like the high GPA thing, but all right, whatever. Let's go down here with TR. Nope. ng if equals, just set admin. And it's only going to show it if, I'm going to just copy this, watch. If you're an admin, you show it. If you don't, you don't. I'm not gonna get rid of you. And very simply, I think we are functionally, there you go. Look at email and look at Michael Ruth, and it's Bob. Yes, perfect. So now we'll just set it on edit and be done. I think we're pretty close to being done. I know it seems like we did a bunch of different things. I did a bunch of fixes that were due to other code being incorrect. We do still need to do log out. I'm going to do it just like this. But I'm going to be kind of fancy about it. So we'll see that as we go along. Okay. There's a couple ways to do it. There's a very simple way to do it, and that's what we're going to do. And so we did student login. We're going to go to edit student. I'm going to click actually add student component, or add student component HTML. I'm going to grab the component, the advisor, and put this in the, I think I put it after GPA, so we just want that. Pretty simple. Go back here. I want the exact same thing because it worked in add, so I know it worked in add, so I'm going to make sure it still works everywhere else. Once you get code to work, you keep it. And now we have the admin. Now it should work. And you go, wait a second, that's it? Yeah. Now, see, what if I wanted, instead of a advisor, I wanted a drop-down list? What could I do? Well, pretty quickly, I could have a user list, which goes, I'd have to have a new endpoint here that gets all the users. But I could do that and get all the users and list the users and have a drop-down list pretty simply by just going to get the list. Then I have an array of lists, and then I have an array, and then I can iterate through the array to create my list. Pretty simple. What if I wanted to do some other things, right? Like if I was admin and I wanted to be able to manipulate the list of users. I just need new endpoints. Now the difference with there is we probably want an additional guard. So we have an auth guard, as you see, that just checks to see if your user is there. It doesn't check with specific users, doesn't check anything like that. That's all it does. What we could do is create a new guard that checks to see if your admin is yes. Just like we did in any one of these other components, right? We did this frequently. If admin equals yes, what we can do then pretty quickly is set up a situation in which, how do I describe this? Set up a situation in which we can very, very easily check to see if you're an admin, right? We can just do this in an admin check. And then when I go into my auth, when I go into my routes, I now have auth guard, and then I would have the other guard, right? And that's it. And that's all you need, right? But you probably would want to do, instead of having an auth guard and a admin guard, what you probably want is just an admin guard that did both. And you go, what do you mean? Well, an auth guard's going to check, and then it's going to pass over. So you're going to actually have to look into user storage twice, or session storage twice. Whereas in the same one, you only have to look at it once. It's a little bit faster and less things loading and so forth. So you would just usually use one guard. Does that mean you have to? No, you definitely do not. What if I wanted these to time out? Well, I can set these things to a timer and have it check a timer. Pretty simple. There's a lot of variety of things that we can do that we're not going to do in this class, but you could. All right, so we're just going to do logout. There's a couple ways to do logout. It's really, really simple. One way is just to simply expose a method. So we go to student list, I'm sorry. We go to student list, and you see the click sorted by. We could just create a method called logout, right? And absolutely log out. We did this before, okay? And then call the service to log out, navigate to the other page, clear out session, all those things. Totally could do it, okay? We have not done this way because we don't, right? We don't need to. What we can actually do is create a mechanism to have the service do it. We can have the service manipulate the router and those type of things. So why don't we do that? Okay. Pretty simply, what we're going to do in student list is we're just going to go. I'm brain farting here. Here we go. Nope. We want the click. Now, student list component, as you may recall, has a or does not have a user service. Let's put a user service. Users, user service. Okay, user service. Bing, bang, boom. Student list component. We can call a method here, and we can do. And you're like, wait a second, I can do that? Yep. All right, now I'm only gonna do it on this page and I'll come back and fix it to the other pages, but it takes a minute to do. So very simple. I can call the user service dot log out. Boom. Now, when I do that, now I have the student service I have to complicate. So I don't always do this, okay? And the user service, I don't always do this, but I'm going to do it this time because it is an easy way to do it, okay? Now, we're going to clean up session storage, okay? Yes? Right? No. We're going to create a second method. And I'll show you what we're going to do, okay? Just going to create a second method. Don't use the same one. Now we're going to clean up. We're going to clear it. Second we clear it, it's gone. Yep. And then you remember our auth guard, reject, inject, blah, 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 blah. We want to do that. And you're like, wait a second, what? Routes. Brain farting here. It was user service. Sorry. Right? No. Okay. We have to do a couple things first. We want to clear session storage, yes? But we need to call this logout user. Okay. Just like we were in one of the other services. Just like when we were in the student list component. Yes? Remember this guy? This guy? We need to do this. You're like, wait, what? It's very, very simple. But we want to log out and make sure we're logged out before we do any of that other stuff. Okay. So pretty simple. I'm just going to go here. It's not going to work like I wanted to. So I'm going to go this and I'm going to go this. Okay, great. All right. So we don't actually want to clean up session storage first, but we're going to do the exact same thing you see above. Not joking, right? And you're going to go, what do you mean? We're not going to care so much if the data is working or not working. Am I missing something? Yeah, I actually put an extra thing in here inappropriately. Did I? Yeah, definitely. All right. So now we're going to clean the storage. And remember that navigate thing I showed you? We're going to force navigation to log in. And we're just going to do that with the off guard. This intern injector thing. That's it. That's all we're going to do. It's going to take over and it's going to force it to go wherever I want it to go. Add import and it doesn't like it. There we go. We'll go back to user service, put it here. Bang. Yes. But we do need to clean up session storage. That needs to happen. Okay. This alone doesn't solve the problem, right? If we were on, what's the word? If we were on, trying to think of the word. Keep thinking of private public. If we were on a page and we're already on the page and it already's got data, it won't do anything if you click log out, right? It won't navigate to another page. It won't do anything. But now it will. Okay. Now it says user service is private and only accessible, so we have to make it. This is the downside of doing this. You have to make it public. Where is it? Okay, brain farting. Student list component, and it's here. I can make this public, okay? And this absolutely works, right? No sweat. But realistically, I would just simplify it and call public and then make it private, right? You could do that. You could just do it. If I made this private and then somewhere in here I called it, done. That would work. But we don't need to do that. Yes. We don't need to have that level of indirection. But now we have our student list component. We have the link. It's at the bottom. I don't know why I put it at the bottom, but it's at the bottom. Let's put it both at the top. Bank. And, oh yeah, I forgot. It's not actually going to be a link unless I make it look like a link. Yes. If you look at the list, this little looks like what's called. I click log out. And it says unknown error. All right, let me see what I'm doing with the, oh, let me see what I'm doing. I didn't log out yet. So let me try the user service, go back to user service. Yep, get this URL. Huh. Let's go back. Oh, I know what's wrong. I think it returns or thinks it's trying to return something. No, it doesn't return anything. Yeah, I think I know what I'm doing wrong, but it'll take me a minute. Okay. This is one of those cases where we go new, file open folder, and we have the imp folder sitting here somewhere. Yes. Because I think I know what's wrong. It's the fact that I'm trying to use data. And you go, wait, what? It's the fact that I'm trying to use data. You'll see it in a second. Okay. Do, 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 do. Yeah. So if I have it return a string, it doesn't matter what I'm returning, but I have it return a string. It will actually give me something. If I'm just trying to get data out of it, it's not happening, right? There's no, right? It's trying to parse it and there's nothing there. Okay. And you go, what do you mean? There's nothing there. It's void. It's a void. This is a void method. That, oh, excuse me, where is it? Oh, it's user controller. This is a void method, right? And oh no, it does return a string. Okay, it does return a string. But oh, then I just need to do this. Okay, so yep, I need to go ahead and get a string. All right, excuse me. I'm gonna check this other one real quick. This is what I'm doing wrong. I forgot this guy. Pretty simple. Yes. Let's see. It's happy. All right, let's go to log out now. What are you actually returning here? Okay, I'm gonna stop the recording. I'll fix it and come back.